which we cannot take. It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, Friday, Friday, getting down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend, partying, 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 fun, 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 fun. Looking forward to the weekend. Yesterday was Thursday, Thursday. Today, yeah, it's Friday, Friday. We so excited. We so excited. We gonna have a ball today. Tomorrow is Saturday and Sunday comes afterwards. I don't want this weekend to end.
R&B, Rebecca Black, so chillin' in the front side, in the backseat.
All right, now that everybody's ears are bleeding, welcome to the show. Happy Friday, July 26th. Oh man, I don't know when that song came out, but it's got like 200 million views, and I think it's hilarious. My coworker, I'd come in first. My coworker would come into the office, and I'd be blasting that. We had these outside speakers at our office, and I'd be holding the phone to the speaker on the computer and blasting that outside. So, welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. Let's get things rolling here. We are watching ES on the 1 minute chart. We are trading on TopstepX. We are going to be checking out the US indices that are pushing towards prior day high right now. Interesting session. I'll go over what we saw today. We'll take a look at the open. Some of the morning session that I did trade ended right around break even, just a little bit red. Took one more trade outside of my regular morning session near getting on here, and that wasn't really a winner, but interesting session that we got so far. So let's go through it. Make sure we are good. We got Bookmap up in the monitor number 2. Gonna be watching order flow on the side with you guys. Cool. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me okay. I can't really see. It says warning. Oh no. It blocked the whole intro. Oh man. If there's anybody else on here, let me know in the chat. That's funny. Hang on one second, guys. That's so funny. That's really funny. What's up, guys? What's up? I see we got a couple people on. Let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me. I was playing a song with the music video, and I think YouTube blocked it. I will have to restart if they did. My bad, YouTube. I didn't mean to. That's really funny. I think I might be talking to myself. Someone let me know in the chat if you're on here. Otherwise, I'm going to start looking at the markets again and see if we can't get some trades in. You can see it here. Nice. Thank you, RP Smith. I appreciate you, man. I was playing a song and music video, and YouTube blocked it. I should probably have known better about that one, but that's hysterical. Damn, that was a good intro, too. I'm upset about that. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Let's start again. My name's Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. I am live trading ES on the 1 minute chart here on TopstepX, the number one in futures funding prop firms by a long shot. They're number one. It's not even close, guys. I could say that unbiased at the moment. Hopefully be biased in that pretty soon. But I'm on my TopstepX platform here. I'm in a combine. You can see where I'm at for the day. Interesting session. Ran myself into profit, a little bit back into drawdown. We're right at negative 148 on the day. See if we can't add some profit to that. But we will just trade our system and see what the market gives us. Let's go through what we saw price action wise. Sorry, guys, I was blocked, so I just wanted to make sure everybody could get in. Cool. Let's go see what we could see price action-wise for and market structure for the morning. What's up? What's up? Welcome in. More people as you're joining. 5-minute chart here. We know what happened with yesterday's wild ride of a session. A little bit of consolidation at the open. Breakout to the downside. Put this low in here. Pushed all the way up to put this high in here at about 1 p.m. Eastern. Sell off all the way back down. So kind of a really big rangy day. V-shaped recovery after a breakout to the upside all the way back down right near that low. That's my prior day low marked off. Asian session overnight London. We've trailed up all the way into pre-market. Kind of consolidated a little bit coming in at the open. Let's drop down to the 1 minute. Let's scroll out so my VWAP resets itself. There we go. Sorry for making you guys dizzy. At the open, we consolidated a bit. We had some back and forth price action. I caught a nice sell off of my pre-market high level here. I was selling to the downside right here. Tried it twice. Ate up most of my profits. And then I had one more buy, which was a loss. About 3 trade ideas. I think 4 trades total for my morning session. And then one more just to bring me back down. I think I placed a buy with a stop right below here. But yeah, essentially used my pre-market high level. Figured we were likely to see a reaction to the downside on this one. We did. Didn't hold it all the way down to VWAP. This was right around news, so I was trying to be a little bit conservative with my risk. I had one contract on. Took it off right down here. That was a nice win. Was not taking buys off of VWAP down here. Just, concerned that we might be slicing through. Was waiting for that over here. We got that. Again, I started to get short down here. Really tight stop. If this is going to continue, I'm playing into the momentum, playing into the downside movement, the volume that's coming in. As you can see down here, you can see it on Bookmap. Was looking for this to just continue right down to pre-market low, maybe towards prior day low, even further down. Didn't get that. Took the stop. Was looking at getting short somewhere over here. Again, just looking for this as a pullback and then continuation. Stayed patient. Took the buy as I thought we were going to continue breaking out here, and that one failed. I will have full trade breakdowns with the plotted trades like I did for the last week in Discord. If you're interested in that, I run a free Discord. Feel free to hop in. You will get all of those trade breakdowns plotted on the chart. Again, another trade or two up here. Again, I'll break it down for you guys in Discord, but the main stuff was earlier this session. Ripping to the upside, not really ripping to the upside, but slow trickle to the upside right now. It kind of feels like close your eyes, place buy, and sing the national anthem that the other guys were joking about a few weeks ago as we were on the tear up. We are pushing to the upside. This to me looks like we are going to creep towards prior day high. I'm just about ready to get long on it right now. I want to take a look a little bit closer at Bookmap. Just give myself a second to get my bearings on the charts. Yeah, we got a little bit of volume down at 17. Let's take a look at Bookmap together here, guys, without missing the breakout to the upside. A little bit of volume, a little bit of liquidity down here at 55, 17 and 3/4. Looks like we're coming to tap into that right now. I'm going to be paying attention to that. This is Bookmap. This is my order flow tool using level 2 data. Gives me a little bit more insight into what's going on behind the candles, where resting orders are, and their quantity. You can find that helpful. You could find it harmful. I've been finding it pretty damn helpful. I'm certainly not the order flow expert just yet. I'm not the Bookmap expert, but I've been watching it, utilizing it, training my eyes to it, and applying it to my trading decisions. It's been very, very helpful. There's certainly been instances where you might have seen it a little bit yesterday where I was trading towards a level that was not going to be tapped into. So you got to be cautious with any tool that you're using, and nothing's going to be 100% accurate, not even close. But we don't need it to be for it to be helpful for us. At least that's my opinion. So look, we're coming off a little bit again behind this algorithmic, the algos here, liquidity that kind of tracks up and below price. I like to look for these orders that are sticking out on the order book. I was watching some of that around 17 3/4. If we zoom in, you could probably get a little bit better of a view right there. Really 18. Be watching that. 55, 18. Looks like we got a little bit above around the 30s, 29.30s. Be watching that. And we'll kick this over to the side. So again, yeah, I'm looking for longs. Little bit of a review after yesterday. I tried to do a deep dive into, big winning days, big losing days, and every day in between. I did some review yesterday after a handful of losses, which was okay. That's part of it, part of the system, right? You got to take those in stride. Identify if they're normal losses, they're within your, risk parameters, and if they are, that's part of trading. Let the probabilities play out. If they're not, maybe you make some changes there. But I did some review, and one of the things I did notice, I talk about this a lot, the trades that work out best for me, that provide the largest winners, that come into drawdown the least amount, are not the super aggressive trades where I'm selling as price is pushing up, coming into a level, and I'm selling into buying pressure. Quite the opposite, where I'm buying with the trend as price is moving up, following maybe the trend of the day, the trend of the session, maybe pre-market as well, maybe the higher time frame trend, but also I'm buying into that buying pressure. What I've found on ES, and I'm still trying to get used to, coming from some of the more volatile indices, and just I think Forex in general, you don't get these big pullbacks, man. Sometimes ES breaks out and starts pushing. It's going to continue in that direction for a while, and it's probably not going to give you the pullback that you need to feel comfortable structuring your risk. By the time it does pull back and you're looking to buy, that's the end of the move, and it's coming down. Again, this is hard to quantify, but that's the feeling that I've got with some of my trades. And what I've determined to try to make a little bit of an improvement there is no big change in approach or style, but for my entry, for my discretionary entry, try to understand and read price action in the sense of, I've got to make the decision. If price is pushing up, we're breaking out, we're trending, we're getting bullish bars, we got some momentum behind it. If I wait for a pullback, it may never come. So I should probably make the decision when that starts to happen that I'm going to jump in to the market at a place where I see fit, do my best to structure risk. If I have to take the L on that trade and my entry is poor and it just comes back, or that's the turnaround point, so be it. If I'm going to wait, probably just sit on your hands. By the time it pulls back and comes off 20 points, you probably missed the move. That pullback is now the trend down, and it's likely to continue in that direction. So try to get a little bit better than that with that. Maybe give myself a little bit more bullets in the chamber to take maybe 1 or 2 L's on the way to catching that larger move. That just comes down to individual market structure, price action for that day, where we're at relative to the levels, what we're seeing on the order book, everything all encompassing. But just some notes. I was buying the top and selling the bottom yesterday, waiting for the continuation, really waiting for market structure to develop in that direction, and just waiting too long, waiting for the pullback to happen where I could structure my risk cleanly. But that didn't matter because the trade had already moved in that direction. The price had already moved in the direction that I was trying to trade in. So different every day. There's no one best set way to do this every day, but just to find a nice balance that plays out more often than not. On a day like yesterday, and with a positive risk reward. On a day like yesterday, I traditionally get my face ripped off. That's just it. On a day like today, where we get a lot of chop, same thing. We don't get follow through, right? I'm not buying the breakout, but maybe I'm waiting for us to we're pushing up a little bit. We got some trend. Maybe we slice through VWAP here. We're breaking down to the downside. I could see liquidity below. Everything's been cleared out. This looks like we're going to get some follow through. We just don't get that. Maybe I'm looking to buy as we're pushing back up again, and price just comes back down, and the market just doesn't agree with you. It's going to take you out of your trade for whatever your approach, your system is. Again, it's funny. I watched guys yesterday in my chat, my Discord, which is free, do really well. We had some guys have some huge days, and then we had some guys get just absolutely destroyed. Different approaches, man. Everybody's going to read and interpret price action and market structure in a different way. We have different ways to enter with the trend, counter trend, utilizing different tools. And some things are going to work really well on certain days for you. Some days they're not. And your job is just to find a system that works, again, with a positive win rate, maybe a positive risk reward, or some combination of those that provides a positive expectancy. Doesn't have to be positive on either one of those. And execute. That's the bottom line. So again, right now, I'm looking to get long. I'm looking to just capitalize on this trend. If we're going to pull the same thing as yesterday and come back in, that's cool. I'm not looking to short this right now. I don't have a level on my chart that I say, hey, I'm ready to get short. I do note that we have candle closures over here. I understand that we're hesitating right here. I think we're just as likely to come up and test this high. Not jumping in just yet, not jumping in on a breakout. Watching to see the level that I was just discussing, 55.18, just below price. See if we come back down there, test that. Do we continue through? Do we push up from there? Do we test it at all? We'll see. I think prior day high is a good target. If not, this level of structure just coming off of price action. We're looking at the 15-minute chart here. Discretionary level, call it support and resistance, an area of interest. I like to utilize these in my trading. Maybe if we continue to push through, maybe above all the way up to here. If we're going to have this Friday run towards the end, run towards the moon for the end of session. If not, we're going to start to come off. Maybe we look for a short. That's the name of the game. At least for me, try to trade with market structure, with price action, with the prevailing trend, with the higher time frame trend, the immediate trend. Sometimes counter trend when it makes sense. Again, I've got my setups, my playbook that makes sense. For me, if we're below pre-market high at the open and we've got some room back down to the VWAP or back down to a level of structure, we can get rid of this. I like to take that sell. Aggressive. I usually know if I'm right or wrong very quickly. Invalidation point does not have to be far away. And this works out in enough times for it to be dangerous for me. So counter trend on that one, right? We're trending up for the morning session, trending up overnight, up for pre-market, up for the NYSE open. Now I'm selling as we're pushing right up into this zone. I did wait a little bit. I waited for this to start to hesitate and maybe give me an indication that we're not just going to knife through. But this is counter trend. So discretionary trading, utilizing some different setups in my playbook. Stuff that I talk about all the time. Common, nothing magical, nothing super special or proprietary. What's up, guys? What is up? Word up, my man. Insane morning session. Good evening. Yeah, good afternoon. It is 1:22 for me. Welcome in, guys. I was playing Rebecca Black's Friday to open this session up, and YouTube blocked the stream. Hopefully, I don't get really reduced engagement on this, and I don't start to get action blocked. It looks like I got less viewers on here than usual, so maybe I'm getting punished by YouTube, but I thought that was really funny. And I'm probably going to play the song later anyway, and if YouTube has to kill me and punish me for it, I'll take it in stride. What is Bookmap saying at the 55.30 level? We got a little bit at 55.30, brother. This is the zoomed out way that I like to look at Bookmap, so I could spot levels like this real quick. This is the level that I'm looking at. Let's call it 55.18, below price, for us to maybe tap into as we're kind of hesitating here. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just push right back up. But we can see at 55.30 we've had orders a little bit stronger over here come on the book, but we certainly have some spikes on the order book right there. Not a massive amount, right? We got more down here, but something significant relative to what's around it. You can see we got some more way up here, some more way up here. Not a ton. A massive amount. It's not bright red sticking out, stacking up on the book, but there's definitely some orders resting there. So right now, I just want to see if we start to pull back a little bit, tap into this area, get a reaction to the upside, get a reaction to the downside. If we don't, I'm going to see what happens as we come up to 25, come up to break above these highs. Do we get some follow through? I'm going to look for a long if I can. Outside of just longing right now. Again, liquidity right down here. Are we going to tap into this just like I talked about? Maybe, maybe not. But we definitely got some hesitation, right? This was really nice trend to the upside. A little bit of consolidation. Push up, pull back down, continuation. I'd like to get long on it. Again, just playing the trend. Kind of taking the breakout trade towards prior day high. Like to get a stop loss level, just like I was talking about, at a spot that makes sense below 18. But yeah, we got liquidity on the book at 25 that we're approaching right now, and at 18. So I'm gonna stay just a little bit patient here and see if we can't jump into a long at a certain point that makes sense. At a level, at an area that makes sense to me. I think we're taking, I can't really read that. Hang on one second, man. It puts this heart in a stupid, I think we take the high back down to 55.18. Do you think we're taking, oh, I got you. We take the high and come back down to 55.18. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait right now. The only play that I would have would be long now with a stop loss that I would really want to run like a couple points below this low. And my target would be prior day high. But I'd be paying attention to this high right here to see if we start to react. But I'm not going to take it just yet. I'm going to wait for a little more to happen. Maybe have a worse entry. Maybe have a better entry. But this is what I'm looking at so far. Maybe a point or two below that. Probably targeting. Yeah, I'd probably want to run it pretty close. This I don't want here. If I'm trading away from that, I want this to be probably down here below this low. And that's pretty wide for a stop for me. Could take it like this, really aggressively. Playing this to the upside, look to get stop loss to break even pretty quickly. Take on a real small amount of risk. Coming into this liquidity here, let's see if we get a pop up or if we start to turn back down. Yesterday's high. I got you. Yeah, there's definitely potential for that. Took that liquidity. It filled. We could see it on Bookmap. Take a look, guys. This is the power of Bookmap. We could see we had liquidity sitting here, right? We were talking about it right at 25. Take a look as price came up into it. You could tell by the really fun looking volume bubble. You could tell by the volume down here. You could probably even tell on the candlestick chart the volume that was traded, but you can certainly see it right here, right? As we came up into it. Looks like we're going to just continue through to the upside. We are getting that push. Buy from a little bit lower would have been the play. Not doing what I said I was going to do and just jump in. Just jump in, close your eyes, and hit the net, play the national anthem. Yep, that's it, man. That is it. Went long at 55.22. Nice. Great entry, brother. Great entry. Yeah, I think we're headed up to the 30s, 28 and then 30 to come and fill that liquidity. We got those sitting on the book. Yep, this was my long as we were hanging out down here. Said I was getting ready to go long, said I was looking at it, but that's waiting to see what would happen if we started to pull back down here, wanting to run a wide stop loss. But just like I said, man, maybe a tight stop or a place that makes sense, jump in with the trend that we're going to just run towards the end of the day. We got a nice level to trade to, prior day high. I will take this one on a pullback. I don't think this is the end before prior day high, and I mean a pullback like a quick retest, not like a pullback down to a huge level of structure, building off of that discussion that I was talking about right at the start of this live. What's up, man? Just increase one contract. Hesitation kills? For sure, man. For sure. Again, you got to execute without reservation or hesitation. That's the deal. Was this really a setup for me? I'm trying to make it a setup. I'm trying to add it to my playbook. The just kind of jump in with the trend move. The, execute quickly, not waiting for a pullback. It's it's not so much, my play. This is no retest even of this level. So I'm trying to make that small adjustment. Again, I got stuff that works really well. I try not to change anything rapidly or do anything crazy, but paying attention to ES and watching it day over day, week over week, month over month, I do notice when we start to trend, we start to get these moves, I often don't get the pullback. I often don't get the way to structure risk perfectly that I like, and I either need to make the decision to jump in or sit it out. No problem either way, but waiting for the really, really deep pullback and then trying to enter, oftentimes the move's over, you already missed it, you're buying as price is telling you it's coming down now. I'm not talking about this. Maybe I'm talking about like this, maybe coming to retest this zone here or retest this zone here. Some of what you saw yesterday, which again, just a difficult day to trade. So we got a little break and retest setting up here. Still have orders at 30. Still have orders at that level 18. I'm still looking for a long. What would get me in now? Can we retest this area right here? And I'm in. I'm into it, ES. Right to the middle of that zone. I'm good. Don't know that we're going to get it. I think we might just continue. Could go buy now, stop loss right here. That's where my entry would go. Don't love that. But this is exactly what I started talking about as I was jumping on. Reading book map, reading price action, and it's just go long, man. Don't wait for it. Maybe it's go long and run a really wide stop, and just try to target the high. But it's tough. It's tough to trade these moves late in the move up. We're far extended. We're far away from VWAP. We're far away from mean. All the arguments that you make against it, but that stuff just doesn't help you out when price is tearing and not looking back. That supermarket mentality. Prices are too high. They have to come back down. They don't really have to do anything, man. Yep, I'm waiting now. I'm not going to take it right in the middle of the zone that I just marked off and deleted. Just waiting. 18. Yeah, still on the book. Still on the book below. I think a wick down there is possible. Do I think that type of a pullback going off of looking at some measured moves is in store? This can be helpful to do. I watched Coach Dakota on live slow markets last night, where he is trading live, but he talks about measured moves. I'd look at that sometimes for pullbacks. This is a pretty steep one now. Here we come, tapping all the way into 18. Wow, that's aggressive. Not taking a buy there. Now I'm going to see what happens from here. Wow, sellers are in, man. Stomped out. I'm sorry, brother. Yeah. Like now I could say, oh yeah, look, see, this is why I didn't take that. I knew this was happening, guys. See, we're about to sell off. So, if price reverses at 11:34 p.m. So, 1:34 p.m. You can't take the buy over here. No, this still would have been the trade. I would have been stopped at break even. I believe probably right back down here where my entry is. Massive selling momentum. Huge volume. We got like news or something reported that I'm completely not paying attention to what's going on. No, not that I see. Damn. Well, about 20.5 points off the high. Let's see where we go from here. Watching Bookmap to see what we get to start looking at. Nothing crazy, just massive selling momentum. Completely absorbed orders at down here at 18 and continuing right through, knifing to the downside. No scalp trade for me or anything crazy, but a massive run back down. Is NQ following? Yep. Yeah, that was some momentum, man. That's it for me. LLLL all around. I'm sorry, brother. Listen, that was a solid trade. You're on the right side, right? Right. Everything that I was saying until that happened was I'm looking for longs, following the trend, following market structure to the upside. I'm sorry about that one, man. It just happens, you know. Watch my live from yesterday where I review my L's in the morning and I take L's on the live. That's just how it goes sometimes. Market does not agree with you every day. So where do we go from here, man? That's the $1 million question. The staircase up and the elevator down. Classic market structure. There's a saying that price takes the staircase up, meaning we have this nice structure to the upside, nice staircase, stair-stepping structure, and then it takes the elevator down. We just sell off rapidly, as you could see from this picture right here. Finding some support, some resistance. I definitely don't have a trade on this right now, guys. I'm not looking to get long with a stop loss right below here, trying to catch a bounce at an area that I don't really have a level. Yes, I see this high from the morning. If I jump out to the 30, I see this area of consolidation that really wasn't respected yesterday. Jump out to the 1 hour and look back. We do have these lows over here. Yeah, there's a level here, right? Like kind of ugly. Like, are you coming off the highs or are you coming off these lows? So I don't like this. But there's definitely, something down here. I'm coming off of the more recent pre-market high that I was utilizing and prior day high, where none of this was really respected yesterday as we blasted up and down through it. This is pretty gnarly. Let's see what I'll look for. I'm gonna say I want to see if and when we get down to VWAP and pre-market high, what happens? Do we slice through those and continue? I don't know. There's your low of session anchored VWAP. We start blasting through that. We can use a high of day one now. We can come off of this if we'd like to. That's the one I actually leave as yellow. Cleaned up my charts a little bit this morning as well. We were coming back and forth over the range of the day, and I had a lot on here. Opening range, high and low, volume weighted, volume point of control, prior days, volume point of control. Pulled that stuff off my charts. Just was a little bit hard to see. I didn't want to be staring at that again today as we were chopping around. Sometimes I'll take a look at some anchored VWAPs. I don't love to trade with so much stuff on my charts. I really like to be able to focus on just nice, clean market structure and price action. Bookmap over on the side. That's been working out pretty nicely for me. Speaking of which, orders at 06. Yep. Right about here. Yeah, right about 55.06. Let's see what happens if we pop back up here. Yeah, I like to use again maybe later in the session once we get some big movements like this, just to help kind of frame things. Anchored VWAPs. You could read Brian Shannon's book. Brian Shannon at Alpha Trends. Shout out to him, the godfather of the anchored VWAP. I think he's coined. Explains their use. I use them in a kind of simple way to tell our buyers or sellers in control, give me a little bit of a direction to trade off of, a little bit of a dynamic support and resistance, similar to the way that you would utilize the session VWAP. Are we above the session VWAP? We're respecting it very nicely. Were we above it and we sliced through it and now we're breaking and retesting it? Similar to a horizontal level. You could use any tool that you like. Steven, what's up, brother? I caught the short. Massive 30-minute wedge that broke to the downside. Nice, man. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, man. If you're trading patterns, there's a million different things you could utilize and pay attention to in trading. There's nothing wrong with any one of them. I do think you have to become somewhat of a master of a select few so you can utilize them pretty quickly in your trading. Make trading decisions based on those, and not change it every day or use too many different things, because you'll always find a reason to go long or short if you do that. For me, it's mainly just horizontal levels, volume tools, order flow. Outside of that, price action and market structure, and mainly market structure over price action, meaning larger structure of what price is doing, not each individual candle, although I do pay attention to them. Here's what I'm looking at right here. We got some volume sitting on that side, guys. I don't think we're going up to test that before we come down here. I want to see what happens as we head lower back into the range. This is obviously a pretty important level. You can see it respected here, not respected here at all, respected here. Lining up with anchored VWAP, low of day anchored VWAP, which is also New York session VWAP. Session VWAP. Do we start to slice through this and head lower? Do we find some serious support and get ready for a bounce to the upside? So I'll be waiting till we get to this level or this level, and then reading price action and market structure to try to determine if I want to go long or short. That's where I'm at. But if you caught the shorts off of this, man, very nice. Very nice. Keep it cool now, man. Keep it cool. Don't do anything crazy now. Take that profit. Take a breather, reassess. Damn, man, it was enough to pass your combine. Which combine, Steven? The 150K? Now I'm hyped up. Yeah, guys, again, orders on Bookmap. Here's what I'm looking at. Nice. Steven passed the 150K. Love to hear it, brother. 5506 to 5506 and a half. I'm going to clean this up a little bit just so we could keep it on the chart to see what we're looking at. Kind of something right there. We got liquidity on the book right there. I want to see what happens if we get to that area. It's also starting to line up with this high of this move, anchored VWAP that I just put here. Steven, nice, dude. Lock it up for the day. I would be done trading if I was you. No advice, financial advice or advice in general, but nice, dude. Added to it as you've seen it happening. That's awesome, man. Well played. I'm guessing you had no profit target and you just trailed the stop. Give me the play-by-play, man. We entered somewhere up here. Did you enter as it was breaking down? Did you trail your stop? Was your stop just above and you let it run? I know you added into it as it was falling, but how did you control risk on the way down? Did you have a profit target? Did you just let it dump? I want to hear that one. Trailed almost to VWAP. Nice, dude. Very nice. Very nice. It's awesome. Love to hear it. Love to hear it, man. Look at that. What was on NQ? Oh yeah, I'm figuring. What was the trade dollar amount? You got to be at like 4,500 or something like that, 5,500. Let's see what we get right here, guys. Order staying on the book. We're hyped for Steven, who's in the Discord, in my program, passing combines with no help for me right now, going short on it. So well done, dude. Still on the book. Didn't quite tap into it. Here we go. Tapping into it. Still there. Are they coming off the book? That's the question. Let's zoom in a little bit. Guys, I'm watching it on the side so I can trade here if I want to take a trade. I'm recording from like 2 different places at the moment. I don't know that I can record from 3 or 4 different screens. Probably can. But okay, there we go. Tapped in. Looks like some filled and they came off. So I don't know about that one. We had a bunch come on the book at 54.97 and then come off. So we had a bunch of liquidity pop up and then come right off. Again, waiting to see what we get here. A little bit of a pivotal point from what I'm watching. Not as strong as this area down here. Yeah, not a real strong reaction either way, and not a ton of volume traded right here. That looked to me like orders starting to come off the book. We push a little bit lower. I'm actually looking at a sell down towards pre-market high in VWAP. That was a pretty decent engulfing candle. I'm going to get ready for a quick sell on this one, guys. Probably just one contract. Stop loss just above this high. Looking for this to continue down.
Order filled.
Yep, I'm taking it there. 362 bucks of risk. Again, came up to this anchored VWAP, came up to this area of liquidity. Pretty nice reaction, nice engulfing candle to the downside. Following this structure, coming off, looking for an immediate push to the downside. If we came back up here and broke above this high, I'd be looking long. So this is going to be trade number 1. Let's see if we get some continuation here. Waited to be selling into momentum to the downside after some nice engulfing candles and a long wick candle to the downside. Let's see. Wish I had more than one contract so I could take one off. Gonna leave my stop loss for now. Don't know that I'd like to let it come all the way back up. But I'm targeting... See what happens when we get down to these lows. See what happens if and when we come down to the lows, if and when we come down to anchored VWAPs. Yeah, this could be a really aggressive move either way, guys. So I'm trying to manage this one somewhat closely. I don't know that I want my stop loss right here. I think it's very likely to wick a little bit and then continue. But I don't know that I would want to let it come all the way back up to this level. You know, this is just a difficult part of trade management. Let's see. Yeah, I got to leave this one on, give it a little bit of room to breathe. This is too tight. You know, I don't know that I would have gotten a better entry. I didn't want to retest up here. I wanted to wait for this to continue down. This looks okay for right now. Again, if it blasts back up, it's not going to give me a chance to get out, but I got to give it some room to breathe before we come down potentially and test these lows and or break them. That's my trade management here. We'll see how that plays for me. Oh, big order stacking up on the book. Now I'm going stop loss to break even. Lots of orders at 55.10.
Order filled.
Don't want to be trading. Stopped out at break even. Small profit. Don't want to be trading on the other side of that. Lots of liquidity just came on the book right here. I think there's now a much larger potential for price to come up here. I think we could still drop from here, but stop loss to break even after we have profit on that one, guys. That's my game plan. Let me kill Discord. Continuing down in the direction of my trade, unfortunately, but I'll take stop outs at break even, man. Again, watching bookmap over to the side. If you see me looking over to the right-hand side, that's what I'm looking at. I'll show you guys when I'm not getting ready to take a trade. That was my play. Again, I felt like I had to aggressively manage that one. Really didn't want to let it come all the way back to stop me out if it was going to come all the way back up. Didn't give it a lot of room to breathe by going stop loss to break even. As you could see, if this continues down, you will see the downside of managing your trades. It's fun. I get a comment on trade management on a lot of my videos. It usually goes when I manage a trade aggressively like this and it continues in my direction. You got shaken out of a good trade. You should have just left the trade alone. You shouldn't have moved stop loss to break even. And oftentimes when I have a trade like this and I don't move stop loss to break even, maybe it makes it $150, $200 in profit. I'm giving it room to breathe. It comes back up. Never let a winning trade turn into a winner. You had profit. You should have seen X, Y, Z. And it's the hindsight capital, boys, telling you how you should have managed your trade. Here's what I talk about when it comes to trade management all the time, guys. Discretionary trade management, to say the way that you'll see me do it here. It's difficult, and you won't be right all the time. You just have to decide whether you managing your trades the way that I just did will help you or hurt you in the long run over 100 trades or 50 trades. Accept what's going to come, because you'll have plenty of days where you'll be right and you'll say, oh, look, it would have come all the way back up to stop me at my stop loss and I'm a genius. You shouldn't say that. And then you'll have days where it just continues down from here like it looked like it might right now and, sell off, 50 points and you say, oh, well, you're an idiot. You shouldn't have touched your trade. Decide if your active trade management is helping or hurting you in the long run and if it's right for you. If it's helping you, you should do it. A little bit harder on your psychology. You got to have some confidence in your abilities to do so, but go for it. If not, use your fixed risk to reward and a really set structured trade management system, and maybe that works well for you. But again, main reason for this, we saw some hesitation a little bit. I'm okay with it wicking down around here. This came on the board while I was in the trade right here. That's a whole bunch of orders on bookmap that's stacked up, bunch of liquidity right above price, right near my stop loss. I don't want to have a stop loss right there. I want to either have it on the other side, I want to be trading towards it, or I want to be out before it gets there, because I think we've got an increased likelihood to get up there. Even if we don't, if we get near it, I think there's an increased likelihood of volatility. That's my utilization of bookmap. Plain and simple there. Does it work all the time? No. Will these orders stay on the book? Might we dump from right here? Sure, maybe. We'll see right now. But more often than not, from what I've found, it's been useful to utilize Bookmap. We're retesting this area again. We come and break down further. I think a rotation back down into the range is much more likely. We're failing to go higher again, and we're breaking lows. But I'm really watching orders on the book up near 510, 511. If we get up there, if and when we get up there. If not, we push lower. I don't really want to sell right at anchored VWAP and VWAP. I'll be looking for maybe shorts back down into the range somewhere, but probably would want to get through this area first and be looking to sell down into this range. Nice, man. Steven said just a 4K trade, just under 4K. Nice, dude. Well done. Congrats. I love to hear the passing of the combine, man. It's awesome. You get that email. Congrats on passing. Solid, dude. On a Friday afternoon, that's awesome. Love it. Love it, man. Mark Towson, first time here. Do you trade ES exclusively? Pretty much, man. Pretty much. I've really tried to become a specialist on ES. I'll look at other indices. I'll look at other markets, but for the most part, I am trading ES pretty much exclusively. I know a whole bunch of guys trade NQ. Those are the two favorites. Maybe NQ even more so than ES. Kind of like the big brother, the monster in the room. Structure is very similar. Price action somewhat similar. ES is a little bit calmer. Feels a little bit less wicky. Respects my levels pretty nicely. But you can take my approach, my tools, and apply them to any market you like. Really, it's pretty universal. Market structure and price action, horizontal levels. Maybe you want to fine tune some different things for different indices, but I think staring at one instrument day in and day out, you'll be better suited to trade that rather than staring at 2 or 3 or 10 like some people do. I've really adapted that mindset coming over to futures this year. Was trading Forex, a lot of higher time frame stuff, and I had a pretty broad watch list. I would watch a lot of pairs. Maybe that's okay if you're on the 1 hour, 4 hour daily time frames. If I'm staring at the 1 minute chart, I'll get really in tune with ES if I'm watching it Monday through Friday for 3 to 4 solid hours. I think more so than if I'm also watching NQ and Dow Jones and gold and crude oil. So we're making the climb back up. Definitely finding some trouble breaking through this level. Orders still on the book at let's say 55.11 is the main point that I'm watching right here. I don't know that we're going to get there. This does feel like we want to just turn and continue down. We didn't have the pull back down and aggressive recovery to the upside. We bounced a little bit, took it short. That didn't follow through so far. We didn't break the low. My trade would have been in drawdown instead of near a break even, right at a break even. And now we're kind of back up to this zone that I was watching initially, down at this anchored VWAP, high of day anchored VWAP. We start breaking above this with some force, I think we're likely to climb back up. Clear up some of this imbalance, or what I would call an imbalance in price. I don't know that I'll catch it because I'll be waiting for at least us to get up here. And I think if we do, we're likely to see a quick push to the upside or a quick reaction to the downside. So I'm in the wait and see pattern, guys. Again, another level area that I would be watching as we got down would be down here. Would want to see as we came down into the price action traded for the day, the area of high volume, what happened. What happens at pre-market high, session VWAP, important levels for me. And again, if you deleted all this from your chart and you were just using raw market structure and price action, you'd have some pretty similar levels, right? You'd probably draw a zone off of all these highs. You'd probably draw a zone right here off of this high and this price action traded. You might draw a zone over here, right? All of these highs and then lows. And you could use whatever you like to use. I think areas, discretionary zones based off of highs and lows, market structure, can be very, very useful. Maybe some market generated levels, such as pre-market high and low, prior day high and low, and maybe some volume tools like anchored VWAP, session VWAP can be helpful. What's up, guys? This is a 50% pullback, golden zone on this dump. Watching this level also. For a buy, Steven? You watching this one for a buy? As in, it's a 50% retracement off of this high? Don't make me get the fib out, man. I'm not going to even do it. 57 points. Yep. I see what we're looking at. Again, sellers didn't follow through on this one, right? Bounced back up. Now we crept back up to this level, really testing this anchored VWAP. Flattened it out and looks like we're going to start to crack above. I do like this for a buy. Again, I'm watching Bookmap on watching my level 2 data here. Take a look, guys. Reading the markets like Predator. You guys ever see that movie Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger? That monster thing that has like the heat map, heat signature. This is what I'm watching right here, right? We got orders on the book outside of just this liquidity that we're coming up to test. I want to see what happens when we get here. Do we absorb this and start to push through? Do we aggressively start to sell off? Do we crack above and start to sell off? I'll not speculate. I'll just wait to see if we get there and then watch what happens. I'm unsure because of the double bottom of VWAP on NQ. Gotcha. Mark Thompson says, thanks. Good to know. I've been successful selling premium in options. Started first combining futures and focused on ES. The tech analysis is very new to me and it has its challenges. Gotcha, brother. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not an options guy at all, but if you got something that works there, more power to you. I'm a technical trader to its core. I don't really take into account much fundamental stuff at all. I pay attention to high impact news events, when the Fed's speaking, when Jay Powell is talking, NFP, FOMC meetings, all that type of stuff, just to be aware of the increase in volatility and maybe decide not to trade it or to trade it, a little bit differently. But I'm trading price action. I'm trading the chart. That's it. Price, time, volume, and level 2 data for the indice that I'm trading. That's it. First time here. Do you trade at Stock Market Open? Yes, I trade Stock Market Open. NYSE is my main session. I trade it solo or with one-on-one students only. That's my dedicated focus time to trading. And then I trade here in the afternoon on YouTube, or I will be going forward. I've been live trading on here on YouTube for a while. You can check it out. Yo, what's up? Austin Silver. What's going on, dude? I don't know if you guys know Austin Silver FX. I don't know. I had Coach Dakota in here yesterday, and it's either somebody messing with me with a whole bunch of different names, or it's actually you guys. But I greatly appreciate it if you guys are stopping by. Welcome to the show, dude. If you guys don't know, Austin Silver is a big-time futures and Forex trader. He's another handsome dude, looks like me. And he's on Top Step Live all the time. Really, really badass programs. Awesome podcast, The Day Trading Show. You guys should check it out. 100%. What's up, Midnight? Hi, Real Deal. How we doing, man? Yeah, just watching the markets here, man. Hanging out. Took a short. Stopped at break even. A little bit red on the day. Ran myself into profit on the morning. back down to a little bit of red here, but trying to see what we got potentially setting up. Again, still looking at Bookmap, man. Still looking at the zoomed out view. I'm watching this. I want to see what happens if and when we get up here. Yeah, no fundamentals or tech analysis for me, and options. Finding price and volume are king when trading futures. Learning. From now on, I'm heading those damn evals. Got you guys. Take it slow, guys. Take it slow. If you blew 2 evals, you probably want to lock it up for the rest of the day. That's probably enough trading. Hedging. I don't know what you mean by hedging. Looking like consolidation to continuation to the downside to me. Yeah. Again, I don't have anything right here. I'm not going to take a buy breaking out to the upside. If we come up here to this area, I want to see what happens when we get here. Do we push through? Do we crack above our favorite buddy, Brian Shannon's anchored VWAP? Austin Silver, if you're still on here, shout out to you for the anchored VWAP info. If you guys want to learn more about anchored VWAP, feel free. Watch Austin Silver stuff as well as Bookmap. I'll plug that man all day. Yeah, dude, I'm going to watch to see what happens if we come up here. This does look like consolidation to me. Maybe continue to the downside. I don't want to speculate on it. I'm going to wait to see what we get. I will be too late for any kind of short. If I was going to get short, now would be the time. I don't want to have a stop loss anywhere up here because I think price is very likely to come up here before continuing up or down. I wouldn't be long or short down here until I saw what happened at this level. So I got an area up here that I'm watching and an area down here that I'm watching. I don't have, let's throw a ray on the chart just so the boys that are hopping on and off can see. This is like, let's make it orange. Austin Silver is a very nice Jewish boy. Yeah, I guess so. He means going long one in eval and short in the other. That's how I passed evals with Apex. Like take 2 evals in the opposite directions, go long and short with max leverage. Yeah, I guess you could do that. I don't think you can do it with the same instrument. And that might help you with passing it, but I don't know that if it will help you when you get to a funded account. So, you know, we talked about that like a month ago. Hedging combines to pass them with like ES or NQ or gold even. And I will say, like, when I was taking more overnight swing trades, I haven't been taking too much of that as of late. I wouldn't mind taking long, maybe in the same direction on like a US indice and gold, which are sometimes inversely correlated. It's a little bit of a hedge, but I'm assuming you mean like ES long and ES short at the same time, same place. But I'm assuming that they don't allow you to do that. We talked about whether or not it's allowed on micros versus minis, but I don't even want to discuss trying to game the system, guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's going to build a good habit and really help you when you get to the XFA. You know, sure, we all want to get funded quick and make some money, but probably just want to keep it real. I'm trying to think. I think I've gone long and short NQ and ES overnight, just based on like the structure that I saw, but I don't know. Yeah, let me know how that works out for you guys if you start doing it. Chilling, watching the markets, guys. Happy to have you here on a Friday. We got boys passing combines. We got Steven knocked out his 150K combine on this short. No thanks to me. Shout outs to Steven. We got guys failing combines. I'm sorry to hear that. We got new guys learning, coming over from options. We got boys from Discord. Also, unfortunately, getting stopped out and pausing trading. That's okay. We got Austin Silver, an absolute legend. Check out ASFX TV. If you guys don't know who Austin Silver is, you should probably know who he is. Fairly similar trading style to me, but been doing it a long time, huge presence, awesome show. You should probably subscribe. You should probably watch the day trading show. I don't know. Maybe there's something to see there. Just a thought, man. Yeah, no, really awesome show. Traders on all the time. You get these guys' backstories, excellent conversations, technical analysis, talking about what's going on in the funding world, psychology, really everything that goes into trading. And just another real dude, man. Talk about being the real deal, not caring about what other people think, showing you the real side of trading directly from TopstepX platforms and giving you trade breakdowns, puts an enormous amount out for free. Shout out my man, Austin Silver. Again, boys, still watching boys and girls if you're in here. We're all inclusive. Boys, girls, unicorns, cats and dogs and sheep, whatever. If you're trading, I want to talk to you. So here we come up into this area of liquidity, right? Pushing up in Bookmap. Want to see if we get any kind of big reaction to the upside or downside here. I'm not going to snap myself into a trade, but this is definitely a pivotal point for me. Yeah, it's actually down here. My zone is, my line there in the sand is too high. Yeah, 11. That's what I want to see. If and when we get up there. Let's see, man. Can we get another trade here? Can we pull this into a green day? Make back some of the losses from yesterday? We'll have to find out. If you guys got questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I'm happy to talk trading with you. Happy to answer trading questions. If you're not in Discord, while I'm waiting for this to happen, I'll probably miss the big move. Let's see. Can I get the little thing? Where was the... all right. I'll put it on my chart later. Free Discord, man. No VIP paywall. Nothing to be here live with me trading. I'll talk to you, answer questions to the best of my abilities. I'd hop in now before I get some more exponential growth. We're growing quickly, up to almost 600 members in the Discord, which is awesome. Would be happy to have you in there, man. Analysis, news, everything that goes into profitable trading. Growing community of traders. Again, guys that are just starting out, guys that are in XFAs, making money, taking payouts. It's awesome. Would be happy to have you there. Again, we didn't really completely tap this. Slow consolidation to the upside. This feels like it's struggling to go higher, but we didn't blast right back down into the range. I would like to take it short from up here, honestly, guys. This just feels like a rotation back down for the day, like we're going to be in for the Friday sell-off, rather than just the absolute continuation higher. If I'm being technical about it and objective, which is important, and what I think and feel, if it's not backed up by something on the chart, really doesn't mean anything. If we come up here and we wick down, or we just start to sell off from here, I'm inclined to try it short with a stop loss just above this level. I'm really inclined to try it short right now since we're failing to push this higher. I'm waiting to see if we were going to hit this and pop up. I didn't want to be on the wrong side of that, but we are above this anchored VWAP. We're above this level that we were looking at earlier as an area of liquidity. And, you know, we are trending higher, albeit slowly. I just see it kind of dying out and looking like we want to come off this price. What's keeping me out of a short right here is quite a bit of liquidity right here on Bookmap. Let's show you guys this. That's what I'm looking at. It's getting overlapped right now with this algorithmic stuff, but if I zoom in, you can start to see it above price, right? Like you see these price levels with a significant amount of orders at them. You look below, we don't have anything like that. So it doesn't have to go there. It doesn't have to do anything, but I don't want to take anything when we're 2 points away from that, a little over 2 points away from that. I just want to see what happens when we get there. I'm not ready to get short right there, expecting the reaction to the downside, or long to blow through it, but I'm just going to wait and see. I'll check Discord when I'm not at work. Yeah, man, hop in free Discord. Be happy to have you guys there. Free Discord. No VIP paywall. Live trading. Ask me questions. Talk about everything that goes into profitable trading. You get my charts every day. You get analysis. You get alerts about news. You get information on what's going on at Top Step, giveaways, discounts. We're always putting you guys onto free game, as the kids say, and an awesome community of traders. Again, I have the ability now to answer questions to almost everybody that asks in there, talk about everything that goes into to trading, this whole thing. Strategy, approach, risk management, psychology, the tools we use, all of it, man. I don't know that I'll have that that option in the future as I continue to grow, but I have it now, man. So hop in, take advantage. It's fun. I love having a community, love being able to talk to other traders. Otherwise, I'd be sitting behind my desk like I am now, staring at price, and I'd be having all of these thoughts in my head, which is pretty a pretty sick thought. Let's see. Do you trade the open? Yes, I trade the open as well, man. Usually not live here on YouTube. Actually, never here live on YouTube. I trade it solo, or I trade it with one-on-one clients. The only thing that I do charge for is working with me in my one-on-one program. Every day live trading for NYSE Open. The same stuff that you're seeing here. There's no secret. There's nothing gatekeeped there. I talk about the trades that I take when I come on here on the live, but I work with guys one-on-one to develop everything that goes into becoming a profitable trader, getting funded, developing a risk management strategy, journaling, your trading approach, your psychology, your mindset, everything, man. In a one-on-one platform. That's how I like to do it. It's live trading every day, 2 hours a day in the morning, 2 one-on-one sessions, 1 hour one-on-one sessions a week, an additional 1.5 hour one-on-one session to get started, to start building the trading plan for us to get on the same page. If you're interested, book a free 30-minute call. Happy to talk to you about it. No qualifications to be able to book the call, just that you're interested in getting serious, making an investment. Yeah, man, hop in Discord and book a free 30-minute call. There's an app for it, and we can discuss it. See if it makes sense for you. See if it makes sense for me, and we can go through it. Be happy to talk to you about it, man. Never going to be cheaper or less of a wait to join. Right now is the time, man. Looks like we're breaking down now. Yeah, again, man, I don't want to take the breakout on this. This looks like, again, gun to my head. You said, Zach, you got to go long or short. I'm short right now. Stop loss above this level. I don't have a gun to my head, and I don't know that I absolutely love this. There's still orders on the book up here. I don't know that we're going to tap them, kind of like yesterday. This feels like we're just going to break out to the downside. I see this like, if there was a trend line here being broken, headed down towards pre-market high. Here it is right here. But, this isn't the setup for me. Just slow trend up, and as soon as we get some candles breaking, I want to break. I want to get in short. I like this now more to the short side, obviously, but I'm trading. I already took the short once. I'm trading against the trend of the day, the immediate trend here, where price action is. I'm hopping in the first bearish candle, so I'm just going to chill on this one. My target would be this area if I was short now, or if I was getting short up here. You got a signal for it. You got your break. This was maybe a buy signal as you come up through this. Here's your break of your failure to go higher, your break of high of day VWAP to the downside again, showing, hey, sellers back in control, taking this thing lower. You could throw one off this high if you wanted to, kind of use that as a little bit of a dynamic support and resistance area. But it looks like, yes, we're coming down to test pre-market high. Orders on the book, kind of a consolidation, choppy area. I'm going to hang on. Don't want to get too chewed up. This was my nice sell. Happy with this trade. Just didn't get the follow through. I think on another day, we absolutely dump to the downside. We come all the way down here. We check this area out, or we slice through and we continue this move like this. Nice crack back up and then continuation down. It certainly looked like we were going to get that based on this momentum, but we didn't. We trailed back up. And now we're coming down, coming off this. But not enough for me to get short, and not a beautiful risk structure to have a stop up here. At least for me. Maybe for you guys. Do you trade SMC or SR? I'm assuming smart money concepts and support and resistance. I trade a combination of, so first, no to smart money concepts. I trade a combination of price action, market structure, utilizing horizontal levels, areas of interest. I utilize volume, some volume tools on my chart, as well as most recently, order flow. And I do this in a discretionary manner. I'm a discretionary price action and market structure trader. That's the all-encompassing view of it. No ICT, SMC craziness. Do I use discretionary zones that you would call support and resistance? Yes, I do. I use market-generated levels. Like what I mean by that is an objective level. If I say, what is yesterday's high on ES? On your chart, it's the same as on my chart. It's a market-generated level. I also use discretionary levels, where I say, I think this is an area that I want to pay attention to. It's coming off of these highs and lows, but it's not drawn, there's several on my chart, but it's not drawn in a way that you would be able to 100% mimic. It's based on my subjective interpretation of that being a zone I want to pay attention to. So that's what I got going on here, man. I try not to put myself into a box because I like to have the flexibility to try out different things, to utilize different tools. But if I had to classify it, that would be it. Discretionary, using first and foremost market structure and price action, along with horizontal levels, a couple volume tools, and order flow, level 2 data. Very nice. 100%, man. I keep laughing because I was playing, I don't know if you guys know that song, that Rebecca Black Friday song, was a really like young white girl like screaming this Friday song with these ridiculous lyrics, got like 200 million views, and YouTube blocked my stream when I first started. I didn't even realize I was in here talking to myself. There was nobody on. I'll play it at the end and hopefully not get banned from YouTube, but oh man, I was saying at my last job, used to piss off my coworkers. I'd come in early, and on Friday I'd be playing that. We had an outside sound system. I'd be playing it through the speakers, playing it, holding the phone with the sound system connected to the computer speaker. Genuinely annoying everybody, but you gotta have fun, man. Do you trade after hours? It moves much slower and easier to follow for me. Not traditionally, man. I will take what I call overnight swing trades in the futures market. I don't have the same confidence, and I don't have the data to support the long-term positive expectancy with them. So it's kind of an experimentation deal, but it fills this swing trading gap that I used to have with Forex. But what I'll do is I'll look for a trade at once like Top Step opens back up and allows you to start trading. After market close at 4 p.m., I'll look for a trade entry maybe from like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. with the intent to take it, wide stop loss, wide target, wide profit target and hold it overnight, maybe up until sometime when I'm up in the morning, 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, with the option to close if you haven't been stopped out or a profit target hit before 9:30 a.m. But that's pretty much the only outside trading hours that I will do. And even that I've been kind of hesitant on doing. But yeah, man, you could trade, Asian session, London session, whatever works for you. For me, I like the volatility. I like certain time frames of the day to trade. Right at NYSE Open gives me some consistency to be able to watch the same thing at the same time every day, develop a really strong understanding of what happens at that time. And then I like the afternoon, sometime after what we call New York lunch, 12 to 1 p.m. Maybe we do it from 1 to 2:30 like I'm trading right now. Maybe it's for power hour. Maybe it's the whole afternoon. I made a comment in Discord that I was going to try to keep these to an hour, and here I am over an hour. And I'm watching price action. I'm watching market structure develop, waiting for some kind of setup. Don't know if anything's going to come. I'm not going to force a second trade today, but I want to see. I want to see how this develops. Yeah, same thing on Bookmap, guys. Let's take a look together. Again, it's Friday. We're getting late in the afternoon. If you're sitting here trading all day, maybe you don't want to trade all the way up until Friday close. Just a thought. I'm trying to get this in with you guys so we can get some live trading in. But, here's the volatility. Here's the liquidity that I'm looking at. Here's the resting orders on the book that I am paying attention to that may act as an area of interest that I want to pay attention to on the chart. Not too much below price, even as I zoom out. A little bit of an uptick down here to watch outside of the algorithmic stuff, the algos. I've tried learning ICT content, but the guy seems insane and can talk for hours on pointless rants. Hey man, you said it, not me. I'll leave it at that. No comment on that. I don't trade ICT. You can utilize whatever you want. I think a lot of things out there are overly complicated, overly complex. I think some things are providing a false sense of comfort in knowing what's going to happen and when. I also think that some things, like liquidity, are spoken about incorrectly. There's not a lot that's black and white in trading, guys. There's not a lot that is right and wrong. But if I say ES is trading at 54.90, so one of you guys, right now, one of you guys should say, hey, Zach, no, it's not. It's not trading at 54.90. We have that information. We have a tool that tells us what ES is trading at. Same thing with liquidity, in my humble opinion. And by liquidity, I mean the volume, the quantity of orders that are resting in the market above or below price, or just at specific price levels. When we're defining that as liquidity, if we have a tool that tells us where that liquidity is, you should probably refer to that tool. If you're not going to use that tool at all, you might guess where liquidity is, but you probably shouldn't tell me liquidity was swept or there's a pool of liquidity here. Just a thought process, man. If there's a common sense to me, I'm arguing with people on Instagram, social media all day about this, not because I want to piss anybody off, but because I think there's a lot of bad information out there, man. I had a lot of bad information, and it's not helpful. I still might have bad information that I learned from somebody else or from other people that, hey, like this is, not really correct. You should probably reframe the way that you're thinking and talking about this. It'll be helpful for you. Here's a good example. There's a car driving down the street, and me and you are hanging outside, and you say, I know how fast cars drive all the time. And I say, I don't think you do. And you say, that car is going 35 miles an hour, and you're not using any tool to tell you how fast the car is going, other than, you drive down that street and you drive a car. I have a radar gun with 100% accuracy, and I point it at the car, and it tells me the car is going 45 miles an hour. Just a thought, man. Just a thought. So that's my rant. There you go. You said the guy seems insane and could talk for hours on pointless rants, but that's my rant on liquidity today, guys. And using, I'm not making a case to use order flow. I'm not making a case that you need to know where liquidity is. You need to use any of these tools. You can trade however you want to trade. Just saying, when we talk about specific components, market mechanics, there's a correct and incorrect to some of it. That's it. For the most part, trading's an art. There's not a right or wrong way to go about it. It's very discretionary. It's open to your opinion. And I think it's very beneficial to apply your experience, your intuition to your trading. It's important. But when it comes to speaking about specifics in the market from a technical standpoint, there are rights and wrongs. That's it. And maybe I'm wrong on some of the things that I talk about. And if someone says that I was, I might do a little bit of research. I might hop on Google and do some research and decide what they're saying has any validity to it. Still watching the market. Chopping around here. Rangy. I'd call this rangy, consolidating price action and market structure. We flattened out this high of day anchored VWAP. We are still above session VWAP, pre-market high, anchored VWAP off of the low of day, but we have failed to come lower and break through these VWAPs, these levels. We failed to come higher into this area of liquidity, and we have just chopped around here. That's how I'm interpreting this right now. I don't have a trade either way. I'm not taking a breakout to the downside. I'm not taking a breakout to the upside. If we start to get above or below one of these levels and we have additional market structure form, maybe we see some volatility come into the market towards the end of the day and we have another setup here. But I am also watching the time. I don't love to be trading the last minutes of the week. So, I'll just make a decision from there. He claims there's a secret algorithm controlling price. How do people... I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just give you what helps me. And it's keeping things fairly simple, utilizing tools that help you, finding good ways to manage your risk in the markets, being practical, utilizing your discretion, your intuition, and understanding that trading is only as complicated as you make it. It doesn't mean it's easy, but it doesn't have to be overly complicated. We look like we want to break here again, guys, but I don't have a short in me. Gun to my head again, just pure speculation based on gut feeling. I think we're coming back down into the range. I think we are going to dump again. Just looking at market structure and price action and a feel for this being Friday, watching this run up and then now sell back off all the way down towards this area. I think we dump down into this range. I don't have the conviction to take a trade here, and I don't like the way that I would have to structure risk. I would want to stop all the way up here. This would be the point where I'd say if we came back up here, I think we're less likely to dump down through the end of the day to really sell off. If we came back up here, I actually think we're likely to go higher then and come back up and challenge the high of the session, maybe prior day's high. Got some value being traded there. Still tracking a little bit lower on this move. Looking at this as a range that we're in. Oh. Right. This area right here now. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Clean up the chart. I'm going to leave this one up here. If you're still here with me and you're hanging out on a Friday, I appreciate you guys being here, man. It's awesome to have a community to trade live with. It really is. I enjoy it. I hope you come and join the free Discord. Really do. Get to talk to you in there, share your analysis, your journey, get some help from me, some help from others. You get my analysis every day. Not a VIP feeder program. I have one paid program, which is working with me one-on-one. I don't push that too heavily. I just make it available for you guys if you want to talk about it. It's free to talk about. 30-minute Zoom call with me, but no pressure on doing that. You could hop on here live with me, ask me questions the way these guys are. You could hop in Discord, ask me questions. You can get my analysis, my approach, my risk management, everything for free. I really love being able to do that. Again, while the community is small, it's awesome. I can actually answer questions. It's growing every day, and I wake up and there's more and more messages, and I'm trying to answer all of them. So take advantage now, and I'll refer back to this video July 26th when we have a whole lot more members in there, and I'll say, this is what I've been saying for a while, guys. I'm going to try to keep this free and open and accessible to everybody and give everybody attention and speak to them with voice messages and detailed answers. But as we grow, that will be hard to do. So good to have some company for sure, brother. What's up, Johnny? What's up, Epic Futures? Is this for ES only? This is ES right here, man. My approach, my strategy, the general way that I approach trading, I believe can be custom tailored to any market that you want to trade. I certainly use specific levels and tools around ES at certain times of the day. And you would definitely need to work with a different instrument and focus up on that and become a specialist at it and adjust this. But my trading is focused around ES. If that's what you're asking, somebody asked, almost every live stream people ask. I've been exclusively trading ES now for a while. It's been working out really good. But if you wanted to trade NQ, have at it. I think you could use a lot of the same tools and approach and strategy to trade NQ the way I trade ES. Again, I would just say that it's important to develop your experience and your intuition. I would encourage you to do that by creating a trading plan and writing into your trading rules and guidelines some flexibility to allow yourself to build that experience, build that intuition. You could also work on it on demo, on back testing, so you're not paying to do it in the live market. You don't have to give money to the market to learn, but that is a big part of trading. Where's VWAP? This is VWAP. This is session VWAP down here. Right here. This is the standard session VWAP, as in the indicator. Follows and resets for each session. Volume weighted average price. This is a anchored VWAP. I have it coming off of the low, which is pretty much New York Open. This is my high of day anchored VWAP, which is pretty much flat right now. This is a ray displaying liquidity that I'm seeing on Bookmap right here, just so I could keep track of it for you guys since you can't see both screens at the same time. Order flow tool with level 2 data showing me resting orders on the market for ES. Nice heat map of the DOM. I'm a chart guy, no hocus pocus. Yeah, man. Me too. Me too. Getting later in the session, guys. What am I going on here? Hour 35. I'm going to give it a little bit more time. Again, I think we could see this Friday volatility. I don't want to just bank on that. Again, I'm not going to buy or sell until I have a setup and a good way to structure risk. Like I was talking about earlier on in the session for you guys that jumped on late. Upon me reviewing my own data and especially deep dive into some losing days, some winning days, I like to try to make adjustments, try to see where I can make improvements. One of the things that I've identified, yesterday was a good example of it, is ES doesn't always give you a good shot to get into the trend, trade along with the trend on a deep pullback. It moves pretty quickly, or even if it's not moving quickly, it trends tightly. And if you're waiting for a pullback, you often won't get the trade entry, And if you enter on that pullback, it might not be a pullback. That might be the end of the move. You already missed it. Now you're buying as price is falling. You can decide to jump in, structure risk to the best of your abilities, or you can decide to just say, you know what, I can't find a way into this. I'm not comfortable with the risk structure. I'm not going to find a good invalidation point. I don't want to get taken out by a wick down while it's still continuing up. I'm just going to sit out. But a little bit of that adjustment, making the decision for me to either jump in as I see price starting to move with the trend, with market structure, with right then and there the price action that's forming, especially if there's some volume behind it, or just kind of waiting it out and recognizing that by the time I do get a really deep pullback, it might not be a pullback. That might be just the end of the move. Again, nothing perfect. We're not going to have the perfect entry every day. There's a balance that you can find for your market, whatever you're trading. And I think that comes from, a lot of it comes from experience and intuition, just being able to watch the same thing over and over and over again. Do you ever go on tilt at Real Deal? Yeah, man, tilt is real. I don't struggle with it as much anymore, but it was certainly something that I struggled with early on. Getting emotional after winning or losing trades, absolutely. Absolutely. Definitely something that I struggled with. Even as I was in these combines, if you're trading really small size or you're trading a combine that's really inexpensive relative to you and your financial situation, I'm watching this start to sell off, guys. You might not respect it the way that you should. You might take silly trades outside of your system. You might not put on the right amount of risk or put on way too much risk and just utilize emotions. Ooh, there's the sell-off, guys. Like I said, gun to my head, sell off down into the range. So aggressively down into the zone. I mean, again, like I said, gun to my head, but not enough conviction to take any kind of trade. Steven, you were right as well, man. Sell off down into the zone, aggressively breaking through. I want to see what happens down here. Like I said, liquidity still in the book up here, but not as much worried about that now. Let's see what happens as we come down here. We start breaking below and I get a little bit of structure. I might try a short. We react really aggressively here back up into this area. Not so much. So let's see if we trade lower here. Again, guys, watching Bookmap. You know, we dump lower. I'm not taking, like I said, I'm not taking the breakout. I'm not selling right at this level. We get some structure, which, just like I'm talking about, may not come, you know, and it's up to you to decide whether you're going to wait and that's your setup, or you're going to wait for something else and that's your setup, but you should define it and not just be randomly trading back and forth. I'd look for something like this. Entry, stop loss. We pull back up into the zone and react harshly to the downside. I'm going to look for a sell. Here's the levels that I use. Nothing magical here, nothing super special, but you could see how cleanly pre-market high was respected and VWAP. 6 point, well, I mean, from the low, you know, 9 point bounce back up right to these lows. Again, I'm not looking for a sell right into this area. That would be a nice aggressive break and retest entry, but I want to see what happens as we potentially come back down into the zone and start to push lower, or if we're not going to do that, if this is just a gnarly retracement on this uptrend and, you know, we're just going to come back up and take everybody out that's getting short. So if you were going to take a break and retest, you know, this is your setup. Not a bad play. You know, here's the lows, right, of this zone, maybe even here. We tapped into that. You could look at something like this. Looking for that end of day sell-off to the downside. We come up above these highs, take you out of your trade. You're following, this nice downtrend structure that we got going on. Nothing wrong with that. It's a trade idea that I'm not taking right now, guys. Again, we come up here and start to react to the downside. That's where I'd like an entry. And I probably would only go stop loss above this this high of day VWAP. Fix my VWAP there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to miss this one, guys. I don't like this risk structure. Here's the sell. As we're coming back in, this is it. I can't get behind it, man. I can't get a stop loss here or here and be comfortable being taken out only for it to continue down. So, again, we got some volatility yesterday and today. Some of the price action, the way it's formed, the market structure, it's just not ideal for me. Again, this is what I'm talking about. You can jump in with the momentum, with the trend, and and capture some nice profits. For me, an important part of my trading, for the most part, is finding a spot where it's an invalidation point. Maybe you're very aggressive and you say, as soon as I start to see a hesitation, I'm expecting a push lower. That's my trading idea. Stop loss right above here. If we push higher, my trading idea is invalidated. We're not continuing lower. For me, I'm looking at this level of structure. I'm looking at this liquidity up here. I think, this wick up could continue. And, just pull one of these before continuing lower. Can even pull one of these. So it's a tough call. But, here's the sell playing out the way that we just mapped it so far. Not enough room. Yeah, that's it, man. I agree. Just not enough room. Again, a lot of times, I'll have direction right to a degree. But I'm aware that price chops up and down. You have to give your trades room to breathe. They oftentimes don't just move directly in the direction that you're trading. Almost never, right? That's why we have red and green, or in this case, white and gray bars all over the place. So part of your entry, or at least my entry, is allowing enough time to breathe and for price to do whatever it needs to do, continuing in the direction of my trade without invalidating it. And sometimes I don't have a way to structure that risk. It keeps me out of a trade. It keeps me out of a trade that might move in the direction that I'm expecting price to, but because I don't have a way to structure the risk, it doesn't allow me to trade that way. I don't want to have a stop loss where it's simple as that. Your invalidation point is your invalidation point, where the trade date idea is no longer valid. You could be very aggressive with it. I'm not in that way. I like to run a reasonable stop loss. In ES, pretty normal for me is that like 5, 6, 8 points. 10, I think, on the high end. Sometimes if I'm taking aggressive stuff, or I am going to take a specific play where I want it to continue right away, I'll run it really, really tight. But initially, I like to give it a little bit of room. My entries are not pinpoint exact. I don't think most guys are. And again, you want to have it at a level that makes sense, at least to you. to where you'd say, I no longer want to be short. I think the market is now more likely to continue higher. Internals still bullish. Gotcha, man. I don't know exactly what internals means, but if you mean like more zoomed out, that type of a deal, I mean, the case could absolutely be made that we are going to just run higher towards the end of the day. You know, we wick down, tap the VWAP. Again, like before, I said gun to my head, I think we're going to run down into the range towards the end of the day. I said I'd be waiting to see what happens if we get up here or get up here. So far, we've reacted. Get down here, rather. We come lower. Maybe I'm looking for this to move to continue. Maybe I'm too late and I'm selling the bottom. Time will tell. Going to give it a little bit more time. If we chop around here for forever, this is, you know, becoming less appealing to me. If anything, with this type of price action now, I think the more that this happens, this less follow through to the downside, even though we cracked this low. Now we're you know, here we're sellers' chance to take it lower again on the 1 minute. Again, looking at the 5 minute, long wick to the downside. Like, are we gonna run higher? Or, you know, is this just the BS before we finish the day with a run up to end a strong Friday? Again, guys, if you hopped on late, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. We are trading TopstepX platform right here, looking at ES on the 1 minute chart. We are nearing the end of day on Friday. Looks like the downtrend wants to continue, slicing through VWAP. We're coming down to test this low again. Is this the move that we're going to dump down into the range? You know, we break below this even further. There's definitely room to the downside. Big time. I like the potential, the upside potential, to catch a large movement back down into the range. Yeah, I'm going to be waiting on this one. I'm not going to get anything, I don't think. It'd be now or never. Again, up here was your option for a short. Stop loss up here. Just not it for me. I'm eyeballing the short from this level. That risk structure is not great. Not what I like. Have to put on almost 400, 500 bucks of risk right off the bat just to get up to this level, right above these highs, looking for it to dump to the downside. Again, I'm tempted to try this one, guys. I really am. Retesting this level again, if we were going to bounce higher, it gave it time. Buyers had the chance to take this higher. Let me say it that way. We're back down to test this again. We are finding some support here. We're struggling to move through it, but I think we break down below it again. We could definitely find some lower prices. So I like the upside potential. I just don't love the risk structure, the initial risk structure. Might give me a little bit more market structure to trade off of here with this pullback before we crack these lows. Yeah, I think we're coming through, man. I just don't have it in me to take this one, guys. Don't have it in me. Unfortunately, going to watch this one, I think, play out without me. Here's the trade. Here's the trade. Something along these lines. All the way back down in. That's what I'd be looking at here. Not taking this right now. Again, just don't like the risk structure. Too much. Don't like the market structure that I would be trading off of. I'd want to give this room to do whatever the hell it wants to do before continuing down. I see it hammering into these lows. I like this for a break. You could take it really, really tight, or tight over here, or just right above this area. Looking for it to break right down through the lows. This would be, more of a breakout trade. By the time it comes down through these lows, if and when it does, I'm missing the initial pop down and having a worse entry. So I waited this long, didn't take it up here when we had, break and retest, got out of my short. That was somewhere up here with a stop loss, right about here where I would have been stopped out at break even. So that's cool. Just don't have it for this one. Again, this is more of a watching price hammer VWAP. Look like we're coming down into it. Recognize that, yes, we pushed up gnarly today, pushed up pretty hard today, pulled back down, but I'm looking at this as downtrend structure. I see it breaking. So I'm just going to wait. That's what I got. Let's see, man. Yeah, not enough room. Intel still bullish. Advanced decline. Vold, bond, Freaky Fridays. Last hour incoming. My brain says 5,500, 5,510 for today. Looks bullish going into beginning of next week. Yeah, I see that. Sure. Take the easy money. I already covered short at VWAP. I don't know if there's any easy money here, man. This short looks like it's going to play, but I don't know if the long is easy money. My brain is usually wrong. Mine too, Mark. I appreciate you. You guys can always share your input and, your thoughts and trading ideas. I'm not going to bet against you or tell you I'm right or you're wrong. We could both be right. It just all depends on when you're entering and how you're structuring your trades. But this is what I see, how I would be trading it, but I don't have it in me. I don't have the conviction for it. I think we're likely to push lower. I do see the liquidity above price. That's making a case against it. But I'm looking at this hammering in, slow trend downside to the downside. We had multiple chances to take this higher. Here's your opportunity to catch the push through VWAP. We are pushing through VWAP, pushing through pre-market high. We bounced a little bit and we continue right down into it. We're breaking below, putting the low in for this afternoon. Why am I saying this is for the bottom right here? I'm going to buy. That's not how I trade. This could have definitely continued and given me another entry, even if I was stopped out, if we continued aggressively through, but we didn't. We had this kind of just arc back up and then slow, choppy trend. This looks like consolidation to me until we start breaking down, then quick pop back in. Another 15 minutes of kind of slow, choppy trending down. To me, it just kind of feels like I'm trying to catch the power hour volatility if it may come. And I don't like to do that. That just feels more like news trading to me. So again, not in this trade. This was the potential entry. I'll leave it on my chart, see how it would have played out. If I was really going to take a sell, probably a close somewhere around there. That would be like final target. You could manage it pretty aggressively. Stop loss to break even whenever you like. But that's what I'd be looking at. Again, had an option to take that up here. That would have been paying a whole lot more. You could have targeted this area if you got in short up here. But just not the structure for me. Not this type of uptrend that I'm talking about earlier when I say, hey, it doesn't give you a chance to get in. You don't get a nice break and retest. You don't get the big pullback. It just trends higher. That's pretty much this stuff that I'm talking about. This is just more choppy back down into the area. Looks like I got direction right, but timing this perfectly, finding a good invalidation area. Don't know. So I'll leave this one. We'll see how it plays later on. But guys, I'm going to wrap it up right here. Had the trend right. Yeah, man. I'm going to wrap it up right here. I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. Happy Friday. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Hop in the free Discord and join me next week. I'll be here live trading, man. Taking wins, taking losses, speculating on what the hell each candle's going to do. Talking about Bookmap, talking about the market makers and the secret algorithms behind this and how you guys don't know what's really going on, and I do. Just kidding, of course. Have a great weekend, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you again for being here. Hit like and subscribe if you appreciate the stream, if you like this, so you get a notification next time. If not, or if you just don't feel like it, it's free, man. So you don't have to do anything. First time here, what are your hours? Usually in the afternoon, Johnny. Maybe 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. That's what I'm going to look at for a start time. Probably about an hour and a half in the afternoon, trading live here on YouTube almost every day. Hop in Discord or subscribe to the channel. You will get a notification. Cheers, Mark. Thanks for being here. Again, guys, I'll see you in Discord. Have an awesome weekend. Trade safe if you're trading into the end of this day. Talk to you guys later.